Okay, I want to go over the quiz real quick. Okay, so I want to go over the quiz real quick because there's some funny things there, and then we're going to do our quick review lesson, and then you can finish off assignment 7. Can you lights? Yeah, if you're done the quiz, great. If you're not done, that's fine. Um, here, okay. So the metric prefixes are the first word. Some of you are writing kilometers, but the kilometers can be meters or liters or grams. Okay, the base unit can change, but the prefix just be kilo, hecto, deci, base. And if you write down meter, right? So right here, if you write down meter, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But base is better, and you should do corrections on your quiz, right? So when I go to look at it, if I don't see that, you're not getting 10 out of 10 because it's all about corrections and you learning from your corrections. Okay. Common units, it shouldn't be kilo, base, centi, that's crossed out. It should be gram, liter, meter. That's the base unit, okay, the common ones. But the common for the imperial system, I screwed that up when I answered it, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So kilometer, centi, milli, that's fine, yeah. Okay. I see I changed it on this key, but I didn't change it on the other one. Yeah, totally, yeah. Okay, so that's fine. We'll be generous with that. And same with the next one, we'll be generous too. Miles, inches, feet, yards is fine as well. Pounds, gallons. Okay, so you could have put yards down. That would have been absolutely fine as well. Okay, yards is another common one we've been talking about. Here, you measure and erase inches, blah, blah, blah. Down here, that's what I want to talk about. Especially the last one. Now, I didn't have the answer circled, but that's how you did that. If you had your work right, you got the answer right. So that's why I didn't write an answer, right? You could double check the work, right? The work's more important than the answer. That's why I didn't write it. So I'll be looking to see if you got the work right. Some people were wondering about this. This is 0.09. So really what it is different conversions have different conversion factors. And if you look at different charts, they can be more accurate or less accurate. And that's because when you're converting, it's not an equal sign, but it is a approximate sign. So you got to keep that in mind. Okay, so there are slightly different conversion factors. Now, really, what were you going to do if you're actually really doing this quiz in real life? What I expect you to do is go into Google, and it says here convert 160 miles to kilometers. So I just expect you to type in convert 160 miles to kilometers. And you write down 257. Okay. So that's kind of what my expectations were and kind of where we're going with this. Because you're most likely going to use the Google. Any questions? I'm recording this. Okay. So yesterday we did perimeter and area. You're supposed to do 7A first. So assignment 7, 7E. Where's 7E going to be? Oh, I have to go to my assignment 7A. There we go. I should see some work. Perimeter adding up. Area, I did multiplying. Base times height, formula substitute solve. I took the shortcut. I expect you to do a little bit more work. Okay. You can see with the circles, I showed more work there. Formula substitute solve. All right. So today what we're doing then is we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do assignment 7. The difference with assignment 7 is you're going to have to convert first. Okay. So you're going to have to convert first. Hello, they're all gone. You should have been faster. Turn to page 29. We're going to do our notes real quick. Okay, so right on top of page 29, write down convert first. That's what you need to do. Converting second can just be more complicated and can mess up your decimals and stuff. So I find it simpler to convert first. If you don't convert first, what you're going to have to do is convert things like meters squared into inches squared or back and forth. Okay. It's easier to convert the linear measurement, meters into inches or inches into meters, and then find the answer in meters squared or find the answers in inch squared. But convert first, will save you a lot of headaches and a lot of errors. Okay. So here we have a tile floor that measures 4.8 in meters, 4.4 by 3.8. Okay, it's we want to find the area in square inches, probably because our tiles measured in square inches. So we want to make sure we buy enough tiles. So what you're going to do is you're going to use Google, and you're going to convert 4.4 meters into inches. Then you're going to convert 3.8 meters into inches. Write that down. Go. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Well, I just highlighted in blue. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Page 29, Nick. Page 29. So this way you don't have to worry about fractions and stuff like that. You can just use decimals. So you get 173.16 times 149.51, and you go right into your answer. Okay. And you see on the final answer, they did round it to the nearest whole number, which is kind of common as well. Okay. Any questions about the conversions? Use Google, use Google, use Google. So take out your Chromebooks and use them for your homework. Next one, 9 by 9. So this is 9 inches by 9 inches. Okay. But your area is going to be in, so the room, that's why we have to have the room measured in inches squared, because our tiles are 9 by 9. So their tiles are 81 inches squared. So then to find out how many tiles we need, we take our floor area, we divide it by the tile area, and that'll equal the number of tiles. Okay, so you need to write this down. Floor area divided by the tile area will equal the number of tiles. Floor area divided by the tile area. And because we're doing some math with the floor and the floor and the tile have to be in the same units. That was the issue. Okay. You guys got this written down here. Floor area divided by the tile area equals the number of tiles. That's a super common question for any tradesperson, whether it's how much paint you need, wallpaper, tile, carpet, linoleum. Okay. You're going to be using that to quickly calculate so you can estimate costs. Okay. Even doing windows, any kind of building, you're going to be using this. Even cooking, you'll be using this as well. Now, here's a trick question, which is on the project a little bit. We've talked about it a little bit, and we're going to talk about it a bit more. When you do your division, you're going to get 319.62 tiles. So then you have to round it. Now, that answer is easy. You're going to round up to 320 tiles. However, if you got an answer like 319.1, can you round down to 319? No, because then you're going to have a space on your floor. If you do not have enough tiles, you have a space on your floor. That can't happen. So you always round up. Okay, let's make a little note of that. Write down 319 to 320, and your note should be always round up. Unit 1 project, I think it was cans of paint. It was 5.6, and you have to round up to 6. This project, Unit 2, is the number of blinds. It worked out to 146.3, but you have to build 147, otherwise you wouldn't have had enough money if you only built 146. You had to have extra money. Okay, you couldn't have less. So you have to build an extra blind because you can't build 0.3 of a blind. Your boss ain't paying you for that. Your boss will pay you for the whole number of blinds you make. Okay. Any questions about that? All right. So here's another one. Okay. So you could, for this square, you could use 10 millimeters or 1 centimeter. So you got to look to figure out which one you need. Okay. If you need centimeters, then you use centimeters to get your answer in centimeters squared. If later on you need millimeters, then you take your millimeters and then you get 100 millimeters squared. Okay. So you have to convert once you figure out which unit you're going to need for further down the road. So you might have to look at the end of the project to see what other units you have, or the end of the question. Okay. Good. Here's your just some simple unit conversions. You can convert from meter squared to centimeter squared. You can convert from kilometers squared to meters squared. It's not like the linear conversions though. So you'll look over here, meters to centimeters. When you're measuring a straight line, it's 1 to 100. But when you go into centimeters squared and meters squared, it's a heck of a lot more. And that's what you need to recognize. It's a lot different. Okay? So you don't use the linear conversions. You'd have to use separate and different conversions. Just like linear with feet. Okay? 1 yard equals 3 feet. But when you go into squares, now 1 yard squared equals 9 feet squared, because it'd be a 3 by 3 square. Okay, so they're not the same conversion factors that we looked at before. They're different conversion factors. Okay. Questions, comments, or concerns? Okay. So assignment number 7. Okay. Number 1, it says 30 feet by feet, and what they're asking for though is square yards. So you got to convert. You can either convert at the beginning or find the area and convert after, your choice. Okay. So convert here, I chose to convert 1 and 2 measurements and then find the area in feet squared. But you could, you're welcome, if you want, you could also go take feet squared and convert that into square yards. Okay, so you could do that as well. All right, so what I have here is the first one, you're converting first, then find the area. The second one over here, highlighting in blue, you find the area in feet squared, then you convert to square yards, which is not done yet. Okay. Number 2, meters and meters, then you go square foot. So you can convert first, or you can go convert second, your choice. Okay. Here we got, this one's a tough one because it's feet and inches. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to convert your inches, right? Convert everything into inches. Then you can convert into square meters. Okay, that's a tough question. Then you can figure out your cost. Okay, 3 questions. The last one's a challenging one. Go, do her, pitter patter, get at her.